The next quarterfinal here in TeD Cup. Who's gonna be the opponent of 120? It is LawLiet versus 15 Sway. It is our Vice DreamHack champion from Korea against the youngest talent of China. And we'll see how that goes. Is it a Night Elf versus Human? Yes, it is. 15 Sway once again moving away from Night Elf, or staying as Human. He sometimes moves away from that. A hybrid player. LawLiet, of course, sticking with the Night Elves, but against Human, he knows exactly what to do. And I can't wait to see these games unfold. These games have been nothing but great in the past. Both players challenging each other quite a bit. And now it is time. Oh, whoopsie, I forgot to enable our UI thingy. Anyway, you gotta live with that for map 1. Once again, I apologize. I will fix it for the next one. 15 Sway in the bottom left-hand side, representing the Human, and representing China. On the upper right-hand side, we got your LawLiet in the yellow, and with LawLiet, the question always is it gonna be a Warden, or will he go for something else? Is it still a Keeper? Thank you very much, Dennis, for the raid, Hippo for the sub, and also for the gifted sub. That is very lovely of you. Just a few hours after the W3NL clan war that we had, where Serbia was successful over the Netherlands. This is a typical build thus far. The question is expansion, yes, no, and where? Is he going for the natural expansion or for the unnatural expansion on the right hand side, which seems to be a little safer on the right? And the answer, the first answer of the game is no one. It's just a Keeper. Pretty standard here, I guess, but as we said, with LawLiet, you never know. No Warden shenanigans here thus far. We of course had in W3 Champions amazing games by LawLiet against Hawk especially, and also versus Johnny Cage, so he should feel familiar with this map, with this matchup. I would go as far and say that he's the favorite, coming of course as the winner of his group against the 15 Sway, was the runner-up of a group that did include Remind and Moon. So fierce competition and focus, of course, as well. So first encounter, first entangle, first kill. That is the name of the game when you face a Keeper that could have been prevented. Probably didn't expect the Keeper here, but it's also entangle first. Maybe he did not expect entangle first, but with that, no treants, takes a bit of creep speed away. And I wonder if that's the better choice in the long run for the Korean. Was about to say young Korean, but he turned 30 as well. So yeah, the corners will be hidden, of course, in the upcoming games. Archmage moving across, finding a nice item, a mantle, and we still don't have the confirmation if it's an expansion or not. For LawLiet, we got it, upper right hand side. Tier 1 expansion, and if 15 Sway figures this out, this could be quite devious. He could punish this maybe. So far, he's not moving away from the norm. He's investing into his second base as well and getting ready for the late game. But this seemed a little late, as we have level 2 unlocked. With that, we have treants, summons on both sides, water elementals. They don't want to water these plants, or they do a little too excessively, I guess. There is damage on the economy, and especially 15 Sway not having 5 or more workers here is slowing down the process of this expansion. Usually you want to be the first one to expand, but you see yourself under a little bit of pressure as 15 Sway here. LawLiet extending his vacation on the Human side of things, only threatened by a footman. He's very fast. He's also, thanks to the gauntlets, pretty tanky. And with that, retreats without any big losses here, except the treants, of course. Casualties, yes, you see the corpses on the ground. The tower will be erected soon, though. And more workers hammering away at this town hall. On the other side, the Tree of Life is already at 3/4, will waddle over. And this attack didn't give him too much experience. It gave him early level 2 of course, with that creep spot, but not more. So level 3 is delayed, and now he's trying to cause some more distraction, cause some more delays, kill a couple of peasants, grind up on these peasants, and footmen towards level 3. That's all the mana invested. There's limited weapons for LawLiet in the process of this harass. He basically has to work with what he got already, but in comparison to the first little skirmish we had, he's bringing the archers, and I love this little hole here in the tree line, so the archers should be able to retreat through this. Exactly. It's also nighttime, so he can hide if he so desires. More tension here in 15 Sway's original main base, where he got off a kill. Maybe a very, very hurt worker able to be picked up by the birdies. So, game settles for the first time in 5 minutes. It is LawLiet establishing the expansion, also teching, also going for the Hunter's Hall, while 15 Sway is still struggling with his economy. He did start the keep finally, immediately going for a lumber mill. That's oftentimes the pain of human, to mismanage the resources, having a little bit too much gold, a little too few lumber, and then the tech and everything else is a little bit delayed. This shall not happen to him here. 15 Sway, one of the top 4 Chinese players last year, made it to the Gold Series, where unfortunately he was defeated by a colorful, but still great rise of 15 Sway throughout. Of course, we will never forget his marvelous run at WGL Summer, where he made it all the way to the semi-final. And again, a little bit of an ambush towards the entangled gold mine. The tree might be up, but he's still not able to mine. And these footmen now equipped with defense shields. Off we go. Yes, the roots prevent them from doing too much, but he has some time to fire away and water away at the entangled gold mine. He's gonna cancel for the second time. That's quite a nice approach if he's not losing too many footmen. The footman farming simulator is in full effect as long as there is mana. But soon, there's no nighttime anymore, and LawLiet made his way to the Moon Worlds a couple of times in this early game. Mana is of the essence. I don't know how long he can support this first hero here, but if the first hero is out of ammo, you better bring the second one. Naga! Old school Night Elf style on maps like this in Amazonia. We've oftentimes seen triple orc play, and especially LawLiet in fierce series versus Chemico has shown that this is quite powerful. For that, we have a rush tier 3 tech, only 1 lore. The second one will be skipped until later. We got mercenaries as well for a little bit of dispel, and 15 Sway arrives at tier 2. I wonder what this is. The Naga basically renders a Blood Mage useless. So it could be a Mountain King, which is of course a fierce weapon, as there is no mana burn, but the young Chinese decides to go for the Panda. He wants to bring the heat. And so far, he's zoning LawLiet out a little bit. Important last hit, Breath of Fire, tattoo early. Still gets the last hit with the AoE damage. Attacks the archers as well, and it feels like 15 Sway is more and more stabilizing in the mid-game. Lots of summons here, but it's good damage towards the archer. He's getting 1 kill after the next. Gotta be careful with the Panda, but so does LawLiet with the Naga. Oh, what a beautiful draw, but also what a nice oversight by LawLiet to cancel that heal ward immediately to get rid of the regen. For the human, Treants dealt with. This is now, of course, the big advantage for the human player. Free mana regeneration thanks to the Brilliance Aura. He's controlling the middle, gaining control of the lab, possibly at the second big item here, while LawLiet is moving to the outskirts on old AL. Both heroes incredibly low. Greater mana will help, but look at this. It's all dry. It's a drought in LawLiet's base, and he feels forced to go into Dryads, which he, I think, ideally would have skipped a little more. And rifle casters are on their way. You know what that means. LawLiet is on a very, very limited timer until a 70 supply human army is hitting him in the face. And now, what? Panda gearing up, also more mana. LawLiet, while moving towards Master Bears, is also queuing the tech for Fairy Dragons. That is super fast. Does he have the time though? As you can see, everything is bruised. Everything is low mana. And there's a human knocking on his door. Big breath of fire, but the detonates are still coming in. Is he able to dodge it? Yes, he is. And now you gotta fight with a very, very hurt deer. A very powerful one nonetheless, but not as powerful as he would like to be. Orb number 1 up. Detonates are incredible. But 15 Sway is moving forward. He's calling the Popo and is about to wreck this Tree of Life. LawLiet on the last lag on map number 1. This is not the start into the series as he imagined it when he woke up this morning. And the towers are coming. Old school human play on autumn leaves. We've seen this plenty of times, and this expo did not pay off at all. Thanks to the 2 big cancels in the mid game. LawLiet lost the momentum, never was able to get the necessary resources, had to spend a lot of mana, is now dry and has to use his mana on the bears, on the redo for the Keeper of the Grove. And there's only one way for 15 Sway. And that is forward, that is up. Not overcommitting here, but you can see the jump from 50 to 80 supply is just happening in mere seconds. He is of course on a little bit of a timer as well, but he's trading so favorably. Of course you can't just put on an equation and look who lost more gold, who lost more lumber, because in Warcraft 3 it's also about other resources, experience and mana, and in that regard 15 Sway was just absolutely exceptional. Pushing once again with a little bit of a weird prior to level 3 Panda, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And that looks just absolutely fantastic. Hero focus, last resort. The 15 Sway is not taking any risk here. Exit kill, nice and done. The Panda was about to reach for another breath of fire as everything is in the deep red HP area for LawLiet. What is this? That is 50 supply, but is that even 1,000 HP? It is a little bit of a miracle that LawLiet is still alive, but I think that's only due to the fact that 15 Sway was a little careful and didn't want to lose his hero. Panda level 3 now, and this will be another obstacle for LawLiet to overcome. As you can see at the moment, he has no production. He feels forced to bank in no upkeep to somehow compete with the economical strength of 15 Sway, who's once again sharking around the map looking for prey. Thank you, Hoera, for the 2-month resub. And what's the magical play now? LawLiet with his back against the wall is rising up in supply now. He's queuing 3 units at the same time. Autumn as another orb carry, but the question is, will he be able to afford it? Looking at the 700 gold bank, the answer is absolutely yes. That's a TP, and that is maybe a fight for survival. LawLiet's supply block now is also losing a little bit of his regen. How much heat can the Panda bring? A lot when you look at his mana bar. Roar being used, Fairy Dragons deployed, so there's not too much healing, but also 15 Sway stepping back just a tiny little bit to get out of range of these fairies, and the rifles, they're just shooting away at the bears. And man, 15 Sway is calling out a hunting season here. Is the young Chinese running out of steam anytime soon? Archmage has no mana anymore. Panda is looking decent, but a little bit hurt. And LawLiet pushing him back once again. But for how long? Another bear goes down. It is still a massive lead when it comes to supply, but LawLiet is getting stronger as well here. looking at the 2 orbs in the inventory, that is stacked up damage. And there's basically nothing you can do about it, except maybe heal with the priest. And heroes of disengagement for 15 sway of the sorceress. They're bringing in so much control, and for once in his life, LawLiet isn't able to bring in Wisp from the detonate, doesn't have enough dryads. You see the slow bears, he is still out of the fight. And what's the miracle play now? It's also very hard to engage into, right? Bears have to squeeze through this choke and this choke. They have an open battlefield here on the right hand side, but they will be greeted with slow. Finally, oh my god, the breath of fire. He wanted to bring the wisps now, but it's not possible if there's a panda just shooting away at them. One wisp is going to connect, second wisp is going to connect, but it's also expensive. Of course, wisps are not coming for free. The fairy dragon deployed in a nice area this time, but you can see it again immediately. 15 sway is pulling back, and that, oh, hero focus. The panda all of a sudden is falling while he's getting the level 5 archmage. The true force of triple orb is recognizable, but that was another Hail Mary play that 15 sway was for once not able to withstand. But if you look at his supply, it is gruesome, and LawLiet sees this wasn't enough. Winner, map 1, 15 sway. Today, an all Chinese day so far. 1-2-0-2-0 versus Sock, and there's LawLiet down a map against 15 sway, which was maybe not to be expected if you ask me. Usually, LawLiet an incredible player in the Night Elf versus human matchup. But 15 sway, man. The timings, and especially the timing of canceling the Entangled Goldmine. That was just perfect. And for that, he takes the 1-0 lead on Autumn Leaves, and I thank TeD for the raid. We're starting the day with a little bit of a surprise, do we not? We, of course, still have more games afterwards. Once this series is done, we're not even halfway through. As we have Happy playing, we have Moon playing, the best Night Elf, the best Undead, and the best Human will all be represented here today. In the absence of Lynn, I guess. Our next map is gonna be Last Refuge. Look at this teenager, man. Yeah, right? It's been quite wild. 15 sway in the group stage has been playing pretty good. He got a 2-1 over Remind, where he lost Autumn Leaves, but there was a very different strategy by Remind there as well. Archmage Panda, that is the name of the game for 15 sway in this matchup. Against Moon, he was switching it up quite a bit with Triple Hero, also Mountain King second at times, especially on Last Refuge. This could be one of those series as 15 sway had against Moon, where he took Autumn Leaves and then back-to-back wins for the 5th race. Thank you very much, Nuhiro Masuda, for the 39-month resub. Hey, I remember you. Remember you as well. Hope to see you soon. Thanks back to Warcraft for always being there for good distraction and entertainment. Thank you. Once again, I apologize for being a little late and missing a series, but I hope this is all making up for it now. LawLiet against the ropes. This is a rare playoff stage where your quarterfinals are still best of 3. And that means that this handsome fella right here, the man who took 2nd place at DreamHack, is facing elimination. 15 sway the Rising Star. What does he have in store for us here? And what does LawLiet have in store for us? There is one play that you do here on Last Refuge, and that is a Beastmaster. But if you look at the build order for LawLiet, you see that the altar is fast. So it's no tavern build, and that comes as quite a surprise. as it will be a keeper again, I guess. Is that LawLiet's new way again to play against this? Triple orb once more, and will 15 Sway be fooled? It could just be a very, very similar game to what we've seen before. Or is anybody switching it up? Is LawLiet going for an earlier push? Maybe with Huntress, AP. 15 Sway, I don't think he will stay on tier 1, on 1 base. That would be almost unwinnable, but it's been tried before by Chemico versus Colorful, for example. We can never be sure with these players. Wonder if LawLiet's mana management will be a little better, because he was running out of steam fast and he wasn't able to redeploy it. And I guess for 15 Sway, this will be a nice side. Hey, this is probably not what I expected, but I like it. As long as I don't see a Beastmaster and face counter pressure, it's all good. And you know what's also very good? The $15 Euro donation by Dirty Kempen Peasant. Hey Dio! Greetings from Kempen. Have a nice day, Dirty Kempen Peasant. What a lovely soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a good start into the day for sure. A little bit of a trickier to move the Wisp into a building to get rid of the aggro. And 15 Sway with very few militia. I think one militia was late to the party. He didn't get the call. Or that's the Neo-Peasant here. Wasn't aware that he has to work. But the Keeper is coming in. How much damage can he do here? LawLiet moving away from the Beastmasters to do a similar style of harass with the Keeper, but without expanding himself. So this is very, very different from the meta that we see on this map. And so far the damage is looking good. Peasants are going down, there is more mana, and this time LawLiet is not bursting through it entirely. Will be. Can he do more damage? Yes, he can. Nutrients, that's the last set. Footmen are hurt, so they gotta be really careful. This is also a very greedy and early build for 15 Sway, who was not going for the mercenary camp, which is kind of the norm on this map most of the time. Kizuma, thank you for the sub. 8 months! I only sub to avoid the ads. Okay, I guess. Thanks.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, this build would be incredibly important. The expansion for 15 Sway is very late. The tech for LawLiet, of course, as he's moving away from a tier 1 expansion, is a lot faster, so it will be probably high tempo play on tier 2. He can make the decision to back his aggression with an expansion himself, or just go all in on either a very, very dedicated tier 2 push or a tier 2 distraction push to cover for the tier 3 with bears, as would be the norm. Keeper inventory, by the way, quite a weapon, but the Archmage is very well protected, but you can never be protected against entangling roots. Such a crazy strong disable. Expo finished at the 5-minute 30 mark, and okay, we have the answer for LawLiet. Straight up tier 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
And a Tinker! Alright! We haven't seen this too often, but LawLiet always been a big fan. He came up with the Goblin combo, Alchemist and Tinker, and was successful for a while. But here, Keeper and Tinker pressuring the base with the Pocket Factory. He is pulling out the tricks. Nobody else really plays this.
Players' forces are under attack.
And that's a double kill right away. This little clockwork's hammering away at the barracks. And there's more Robo-Goblins to come. Very nice play. The Keeper is covering the Archmage so he can't attack, and the Pocket Factory is just producing more and more units. 15 Sway attacking now at the 6-minute mark. So late.
A player's forces are under attack.
How is he supposed to do this? The tier 3 will be finished a minute earlier than the tier 2 of 15 Sway. An incredible rush by LawLiet. And you can just feel that 15 Sway was not expecting this at all. I don't think he expected the Keeper. Like, hey, where's your Beastmaster, mate? This is why we play this. And then this tier 2 Tinker push completely floored him. Archmage almost in the dust. Bear can block. Bear is reaching out with his paw already. But the Archmage, I mean, what does this TP do to him? He saves his life, but there is a shop. He can heal. He's benched for an eternity, though. Level 2 engineering upgrade. And he's even canceling one time. Just a sign of strength from the Korean. And this will probably lead to the first Korean victory, map victory of the day. The Berserker is getting trapped here. That's a bit of a loss, but it's getting 2 footmen for it. And it's just more and more bears coming. We have master training now. At the moment, the bears were really squishy, but now they got 3 armor and a lot more health. To be honest, this is mostly hero play. Where's the army? LawLiet was rushing this bear tech like crazy. There's no reinforcing archers really, it's just bears. And that bear goes down. I wonder, is this an overcommitment by now? As the expansion is paying off more and more. He's running out of steam, he has no mana regen. Trying to cause some more trouble, but the right clicks of Keeper and Tinker are not that strong. It's not Blade Master, it's not Demon Hunter. It's not a Pit Lord, so he's trying to break this with very, very limited forces. 15 Sway holding on to dear life to hold this tower, to be prepared for more and more attacks. But man, this repair squad is just getting absolutely demolished in the attempt. He got the tower up, that was nice. Another bear falls, that is number 2. The Archmage has no TP anymore. The hero might fall. More and more bears are streaming in. The mana is the issue. HP is of course not, thanks to rejuvenation. This Keeper looks like just came out of puberty. And the bears just keep mauling away. So what's the lifeline? What's the silver lining for 15 Sway? He's holding. He's mining to a degree. The next entangle could be the end for the Archmage though. More right clicks, and that is not it, because the Panda puts his belly in front. Will not let anyone through while he's blocking himself with the militia. So instead of the first hero, the second hero goes down. A bit of a trap, but as it was only a level 1 hero, that seems to be okay. What's absolutely not okay is the mana for 15 Sway, and the mana, the lumber for 15 Sway, and probably the entire game. The Tinker rose up to level 3, just non-stop aggression. There's no healing here. There's no shop in the back. There's no priest able to make it to the back line. Rifle production stopped. It's only casters from here on out, and usually they don't bring you the necessary damage. Panda back, but he is severely out-leveled. Engineering upgrade 2, by the way, and the Archmage goes down as well. 15 Sway reacts with a militia surround on the Keeper, but he moves the rest of the army away, so the Keeper is safe, while the Tinker and the Bears continue to maul down this base. And with the staff, of course, he's back in no time. 15 Sway calls for the game, and an impressive second map by LawLiet, playing off the norm, of the meta, bringing in his own variety, his own choices, his own timings, and his own hero picks. And 15 Sway wasn't ready for that at all. At all. Pretty good performance. And a pretty cool series, if I might say so. There was just no chance. LawLiet caught him by surprise. And now it goes down to one last remaining map. It's more than twice the prize money if you make it from here. So one map for $250. As multiple streamers are coming in. Always got to make sure that the right colors are available. LawLiet back in business indeed. Currently number 4 in the world according to the ELO ranking. Just beaten by Happy Lin 120 and 2 points over Moon. Happy Lin 120, they are seemingly playing in a league of their own at the moment, but this tournament adds a new flavor to the mix, and that flavor is Moon. He's back, finally. And he might be able to shake it up. Impressive how he could take 6 weeks off and come back like if nothing ever happened. As we move on to map number 2. Map number 3, the deciding map. Is there more shenanigans? So far, I can tell you that we are ending up on Echo Isles. And Echo Isles recently in this matchup oftentimes means Warden and tier 3 air, mass air. LawLiet historically the upper hand against 15 Sway, but maybe not today. What did 15 Sway learn from his defeat against Moon? What can he improve? Where are the timings that he might exploit? And what's it gonna be? Expansion again? Maybe a dedicated push by 15 Sway this time? Oh, we have a nice indicator right here. LawLiet, of course, playing this map a lot with Chemico, where it's the Mountain King Warden encounter. Ancient of War next to the mercenary camp is the jumpstart for the Warden. Level 2 immediately, plus a good item. Always hoping for the Ring of Regen. And 15 Sway. Are you a Mountain King player, or is this Archmage all the way? Mountain King it is. Did he play this versus Moon as well? Yes, he did. At least he tried. Mountain King Blood Mage Alchemist combo, right? The Thorzane strat was. Yeah. And LawLiet showing his signature hero for the first time. I feel like the time to play Warden solo are kinda gone. It's just too hard countered by air. So you need to share. As much as I love a high level Warden and a quick high level Warden, just doesn't seem to do the job anymore. Giving up the versatility of 2 heroes for the XP bonus of a solo hero doesn't cut it. So, Mountain King off to the expansion. First creep camp expo. As fast as it gets. One on the other side. Parry up. Not the biggest help. But the Shadow Priest will be. I don't think we have to question how good the creeping of LawLiet will be. The answer is always that it's exceptional. The question is, how good is the hold of 15 Sway?
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Techno Expo. Okay. Wants to get the bonus experience. Oh, the Berserker. Up in 12 seconds. Can he hold the ground and steal it away? It's a pretty expensive time for 15 Sway currently. Doesn't have the resources. Shadow Strike exchanged. And it's Stormbolt and a Bash, which makes sense. And okay. Berserker goes to LawLiet. The Shadow Priest didn't dispel anything, as there is nothing to dispel. Gets hammered away, didn't do too much healing. That was quite a waste, and mercenaries give a lot of experience, mind you. But with Shadow Strike, Mountain King is slow, and there is another one, right? Yes, in 4 seconds. Shouldn't lead to a kill, really? Multitasking, little bit stressful. As the Shadow Priest goes to 15 Sway, would love to have that now. He is so greedy with this expo. It's almost not prepared. Everything is still hurt. Wouldn't be too surprised to see him queue the tech. And he's keeping the Warden from leveling. I really like this aggressive approach. Until you can't do anything anymore. He's draining mana off of the Warden, preventing the Ancient of War and the rest of the army to move to another creep spot, especially preventing the clearance of the natural expansion. So there's no counter happening at the moment. And the Warden sees, hey, you're getting healed up. I can't really do anything with right clicks here. I need a new solution. Tech has started 5 minutes on Last Refuge. The expansion wasn't even finished at 5 minutes 30.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ultra aggro. Starting to steal experience away from LawLiet's side. And on a map with limited experience and limited creep spots, this equals success. LawLiet is arriving on tier 2. Now the single hero bonus experience might kick in. And she needs it. This Warden's not getting off the ground. As 15 Sway just continues to steal Murlocs. Yes, the Ancient going for the Murlocs now, but where do you go after? You have to go for an important camp in the middle, which exposes your army. And the Footman Scout by 15 Sway is tremendous. You can expect it, but at this stage of the game, you might also think that your opponent is expanding on the spot. Stormbolt right before the Shadow Strike, delays it a little further. This might lead to a TP, but maybe not even that. Damage ticks. Oh, sweet little blink. Here's the Shadow Strike, and I'm not sure if this is enough to save the MK, to be honest. Shadow Priest needs to heal ASAP. And that's it. Okay. Warden 3. First big obstacle taken. But LawLiet floating so many resources. No tier 3, no second lore. Feels like he's missing the rhythm a little bit. There might be an opportunity. He's catching the Mountain King a little off guard. He does have boots, which is fine. Oh, the defense footy is really nice positioning here. Keeps the Mountain King far in the back, creating some distance, retreating into a more safe base here. Only one Arcane Tower, that's still a little greedy for me. Dude, second Drax. Is he rifle pushing this? I don't even hate it. It's just pure greed and aggression. All out aggression. Alchemist is coming in for some heal spray that keeps the Mountain King safe. LawLiet is investing heavily. Second lore done. Tier 3 started. Bear upgrade. Reju is kicking in. And again, we have the battle here. Stormbolt burst Shadow Strike. Gets the Shadow Strike. The Stormbolt on the Warden. Prevents the Shadow Strike. Gets the kill. The Mountain King is out leveling the solo Warden. How hard can you counter LawLiet? 15 sway, yes. This is tremendous human play. Just... LawLiet needs a little miracle. And we have seen him creating miracles with the Warden. But now, the experience bonus is gone. As the panda comes in. I don't even know if you need the panda. Maybe you just need more forces if you know that the rifle pushes in. And then a hero, of course, tremendously helps. It's AoE damage against AoE healing. The Warden is very, very hurt. Striking during daytime. The army currently... a lot of piercing damage. And a little bit of bears. Let's go. Push into the semis. 15 sway. Came in as a little bit of the underdog. And he is showing tremendous potential once again. Defense footies. There's so many of them. Their value is off the charts against all this piercing. And there's no fan of knives against this. It's not double AoE. This is not where the Warden wants to be. This is not where LawLiet usually gets his Warden to. Can he buy the time for the towers and more reinforcements? 15 sway on 2 bases, mind you. 1 heal scroll. The panda's out of mana. And as I said, no fan of knives. Warden in trouble. Might be forced into the TP here. Blinks away. But what are these archers doing? They're storming the front to take care of the towers. Taking down one. Trying to take down the second. But there's almost no damage anymore. Berserker stormbolted. What a messy fight across 2 screens. These Berserkers are bringing the heat by LawLiet, but they also feed the Alchemist high up to level 2. And that is a very much established base for 15 sway. 11-minute mark. Shop up, towers up, expansion under threat. And once again, he finds this tremendous timing to not let LawLiet mine from 2 bases. So aggro. This is unholdable. No chance. Step 1, move across the map aggressively, sacrifice your own level 3 to prevent Warden level 3. Maybe even a step before, expand as greedy as humanly possible. And now we're beyond 3 bases versus 1.
town is under siege.
Sick performance. Alchemist is really lovely. Needs another heal spray soon. Couple of footmen are going down. But yes, you see the value of them. Around the 10-minute mark is, for bang for your buck, I think only exceeded by headhunters. He's gunning down the bears again. Stormbolt, surround, Warden into a TP again. Sway is greedy, of course, but he's also 20 supply ahead. Maybe missing a little chance of surrounding and blocking the panda here. Would love to have a damage counter on the footman, including the fend. It's oftentimes, in my opinion, the key to successful human play. How do you use your footman? How much value are you getting out of your footman? Now we got level 4. More mobility, but what does mobility give you if you're down 3 bases? 2 bases, I guess, but you're facing 3 bases on Echo Isles. LawLiet staying in upkeep and no upkeep. A lot of mining everywhere and a castle tech queued. It's not like 15 Sway is stopping anytime soon. So yeah, he lost a couple of units here. Even trying to save that rifle. Experience is important. And that is why 15 Sway was also creeping so much on LawLiet's side of the map. Remember, he took out the expansion and the Murlocs from him. LawLiet needs to do serious echo damage.
A player's forces are under attack.
The madman push without priests, right? Who needs priests? Who needs Thorks? Dennis. An absolute classic. I'm immensely hungover and watching back to Warcraft. Greetings to Berlin, my friend. Greetings. May the hangover be cured. So we go mass casters, I guess. Or do we go mass casters or normal casters? Normal casters, it seems. Creating quite a bit of a bank.
The town is under siege.
At some point, you can of course switch into Clap. This would be the stage where you're worried about a Warden ultimate, but you don't have to. She's only level 4. She has to share experience with the panda. This is all doable. We go into Knights. What are you supposed to do against? Is it triple income by now? No, not really. Double income. 15 Sway at 21 gold per second, LawLiet at 10. What the hell? Triple Chimroost? The ultimate Hail Mary! Are you kidding me? Okay, let's see if he reaches that stage. There is, of course, counter in rifles, But if the Warden and the Panda level up a bit more, go to this double AoE stage, melt the rifles, create free reign for the Chimeras, and maybe with Corrosive Breath he can create some time for himself. But first of all, you gotta be careful with that Warden. Stormbolt blinks out of the scary situation. Are you kidding me? If this is working, this is just such a strike of genius. 15 sway for a second. It's not scouting anymore. His heroes are becoming more and more strong, and of course, Siphon Mana. The hard counter for Warden and Panda once you reach a high level. Doesn't see it coming yet. I don't see any gyros. I don't see any Dragon Hawks. If only you would be aware. Okay, air is coming. But on one Griffin Aviary. Both players create a big bang. LawLiet finally broke into upkeep, so now we have a true situation where the Chinese human has 3 times the income. Stormbolt! Oh my, staff out. He still didn't see it. He's moving them to the side as fast as he can. He's busting this with 6 chimeras. So, what's the play for 15 sway? He's gonna see the chimeras really late, but he might be able to give up a base, turtle up, create an anti-air army. Is it in time though? Don't have Corrosive Breath. Do we need it? Probably. Oh, these knights are such a bad investment. Mountain Giants upgrade as well for basically nothing, right? He upgraded them. And now, okay, the Chimeras will be seen in a fight. And he can't just eject, right? There's a town portal on the Alchemist. He's bringing the heat. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. This AoE is gonna be insane, but also decent healing. Lots of misses, of course. 15 Sway is trying to kill the Mountain King up front, who has no TP. Gotta be so careful. The Knights are disappearing in just mere seconds. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, pretty insane. But also the Protection Scroll. More and more Knights are coming in. Griffins! The Madman is not even going for Dragon Hogs. It's going pure Griffins. Holy smokes, this game. 15 sway at 90 supply. Trying to take out the anti-air is LawLiet. Needs mana potions. The bank is gone. And it's a lot of kills from these chimeras. But what next? I think his plan was to take out the base. Risk Corrosive Breath, but 15 sway is push. Just hit him by surprise. We got stabs. Only level 2 on the Blood Mage now. Invo potion, dodging quite a bit. Chimeras though took away 20 supply. Kinda. Gotta be careful. Now a Griffin, Dragonhawk is coming. No way this is working. And now with Corrosive Breath, you might be able to break through the towers. You gotta go hard. And what's the anti-air for LawLiet? You gotta question this at this point. It's Shadow Strike and Drunken Haze and Breath of Fire. Oh my god! Stormbolt just like that, Panda gone! And that gets rid of even more anti-air, of course! Ooh, I think 15 sway. Of course, how could we forget about the anti-air of the Mountain King? The flak cannon, he's just shooting hammers into the sky. And they hit hard.
A player's forces are under attack.
More anti-air. I think the play is over. Shackles coming in as soon as he can. Mountain King gotta be real careful. But about what? Rifle's been taken out. That's all he can do. Next Stormbolt, next Chimera, next Focus Fire, next kill. Alchemist is back with an Invo Potion. And again, now that everybody's switching to air, there's not going to be corpses for the Warden Ultimate. It's usually bad because the human is on air. And now both are on air. There's not going to be any corpses except a few rifles. And the Shackle is just taking care of these high investment units. The trades are going favorably for the player that is on 3 bases. Warden in trouble, and so is LawLiet. Oh my god, what a dodge with the potion! But there's a little bit of physical damage, and the Warden goes down at 15. Sway makes it an all-Chinese semi-final. What a game! What a performance! WGL Summer Calling. 15 Sway with a 2-1. In what fashion? In what fashion? Triple base, ultra aggro, fastest expansion possible. Just pure dominance on the map established with the MK to take creep spots away from LawLiet, never let the Warden unfold, break the expansion with an all rifle push, super late transition into casters and then into everything else. Fantastic. Beautiful play by 15 Sway. LawLiet eliminated. It's going to be 1-2-0 versus 15 Sway tomorrow as we are going into a tiny little break before we go into Happy versus Fortitude.